Graphing rationals with holes, the first thing we need to do when I have a trinomial on top and on bottom is factor. So the two numbers that multiply to negative 20 and add to positive 1 are positive 5 and negative 4. So x plus 5 and x minus 4. On the bottom, what multiplies to negative 15 and adds to 2, x plus 5 and x minus 3. So when I'm looking for something to cancel, sorry, that's very difficult for you to see. There we go. X plus 5 on top and on bottom match, so they get to cancel. That's my canceled factor. So my simplified equation is just what's left over. F of x equals x minus 4 over x minus 3. To find the wholes, I take the canceled factor, the x plus 5, set it equal to 0, and solve for x. So subtract 5 from both sides. X equals negative 5 is my whole. To find the vertical asymptote, I set the denominator of my new equation, so my simplified equation, equal to 0. X minus 3 equals 0. Add 3. So x equals positive 3. Horizontal asymptote, the degree on top, x to the first power, matches the degree on bottom, x to the first power, so I use the numbers in front of the x's. So y equals the number in front of the x's, 1 over 1 equals 1. Y equals 1. To find my x-intercept, I need to take the numerator, the part on top, and set it equal to 0. So x minus 4 equals 0. Add 4. X equals 4 is my x-intercept. And to find my y-intercept, I plug a 0 into my simplified equation for each x. So f of x equals 0 minus 4 over 0 minus 3. So negative 4 over negative 3 equals 4/3. So y equals 4/3. Now I'm going to graph the whole thing. So the first part I'm going to graph is my vertical asymptote at positive 3. Then I have a horizontal asymptote at positive 1. I'm going to have an x-intercept at positive 4 and a y-intercept at 4/3, so 1 1/3. The x and y-intercepts show me where to put my graph, so top left and bottom right. When I'm doing my graph here, though, I'm going to have a hole at negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to sketch my graph through the y-intercept. There's going to be a hole at negative 5, and then it keeps going. So I draw a little missing piece, and then draw the right side through the x-intercept, and I'm done. Now on to number 2. For number 2, first thing I need to do is factor. So two numbers that multiply to negative 24 and add to 2 is 6 and 4, so it's going to be a positive 6, x plus 6, and a negative 4, x minus 4. On the bottom, multiply to 6 and add to 7 is going to be 6 and 1, x plus 6 and x plus 1. The ones that match, x plus 6, are going to cancel and go away. So my simplified equation is f of x equals x minus 4 over x plus 1. To find the whole, I take the canceled factor, x plus 6, set it equal to 0. So that tells me, by subtracting 6, that x equals negative 6 is where the whole is. Vertical asymptote, take the denominator of the simplified equation, so x plus 1, set it equal to 0, subtract 1 on both sides, so x equals negative 1 is my vertical asymptote. Horizontal asymptote, the exponent on top 1 matches the exponent on bottom 1, so I need to use the numbers in front of the x's. In front of the x is a 1 over a 1, so y equals 1 is my horizontal asymptote. X-intercept, take the numerator of the simplified equation, so the top of the simplified is x minus 4, set it equal to 0 and solve, add 4. So x equals 4 is my x-intercept. And to find my y-intercept, plug in zeros, so 0 minus 4 over 0 plus 1 is negative 4 over 1, which is negative 4. So y equals negative 4 is my my y-intercept. Now to graph. First, vertical asymptote at negative 1, horizontal at positive 1, x-intercept at positive 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and y-intercept at negative 4. So again, we're going to be top left, bottom right. At x is negative 6, I'm going to have a hole. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere right here. So when I draw top left at negative 6, leave a hole. And the bottom, use the x and y intercepts to draw. And I'm done. Last but not least, number 3. Start by factoring. What multiplies to 24 and adds to negative 11? Alright, I'm going to use 8 and 3. So x minus 8, x minus 3, over what multiplies to negative 40 and adds to negative 3. It's going to be 8 and 5. So x minus 8 and x plus 5. My 8's cancel. So my simplified equation is f of x equals x minus 3 over x plus 5. The whole is the canceled bit, x minus 8. Set it equal to 0. Add 8 to both sides. So x equals 8. Vertical asymptote, take the denominator of the simplified equation, x plus 5. Set it equal to 0. Solve for x. X equals negative 5. Horizontal, degree on top matches the degree on the bottom. Use the numbers in front of the x's, 1 over 1. So y equals 1. X-intercept, take the simplified equation's numerator, the top, set it equal to 0. X minus 3 equals 0. Solve for x. X equals 3 is my x-intercept. Last but not least, the y-intercept, plug in zeros to the simplified equation. 0 minus 3 over 0 plus 5 equals negative 3 over 5. So y equals negative 3/5. To graph, do my vertical asymptote at negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Horizontal at 1. I have an x-intercept at positive 3. a y-intercept at -3/5, so not quite -1. And I'm going to have a hole at +8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost off the graph over here. So sketch through the y-intercept, through the x-intercept, leave a hole at +8. And that means the other one is in the opposite corner, the top left.